Hello guys, and today, this video, I'm going to be talking about fights that should have happened in the UFC, but never actually came around. Like, matches that are, served, on a fucking platter for the UFC to make. I'm not doing, Ilya versus Islam and Aspinall versus Jones. Everyone's fucking covered them. I just want to be original with my stuff, so... Yeah, the first match I'm going to be talking about is, Diego Lopez versus Yair Rodriguez. So, yeah, everyone knows that beef at the UFC 314 press conference. That alone should have, the UFC team should have, UFC matchmakers should have just fucking made that immediately. Well, no, they should have, you get what I mean. But yeah, it made sense for the Noche card, because Jair is Mexican, Diego partly represents him. They've got, a similar style, to be honest. Just, Yair Rodriguez is more kick heavy. Diego Lopez is more like a boxing sort of fighter. Like both dangerous strikers with submission threats. The timing was fucking perfect as well. They fought on the same card. Noche card was in September. Like everything just lined up. No, Diego fights fucking Gene Silva, whose best win is Bryce Mitchell, and Diego cooks him. And Yair hasn't fucking fought since, by the way. Where is Yair Rodriguez? Bro, he fought Patricio Pitbull and just dipped. Bro, I've got a fucking hatred for Yair Rodriguez, man. We should just cut him from the UFC. And yeah, I feel like he ducked this fight as well, too, man. Because I feel like the UFC would have made this instantly. But no, they didn't. Unless it was just the UFC matchmaking team being retarded. Then, yeah, I feel like Yair ducked him. But yeah, next fight that I'm talking about. Dustin Poirier versus Justin Gaethje 3. Not many people bring this up that much, but Dustin Poirier versus Justin Gaethje was the fight to make for Dustin Poirier's retirement fight. He fought Max Holloway instead, which, don't get me wrong, it's a good fight, but Dustin had already beat him twice, and it just didn't really make too much sense, because you probably want to give Dustin a favourable matchup. And I think Max has a really bad style for that version of Dustin. He's fast, he's got more power at lightweight, and Dustin was in the fight, he was kind of slow and just looked one foot out the door. But with Justin Gaethje, I feel like Dustin would have more of a chance of beating him than Max, because Gaethje's I don't know how to put it, he's not really a volume striker. Because he gets a lot of finishes, but he's been going to the decisions more recently. And Dustin had already beat him back in 2018 or 2019. Gaethje head kicked him in 2023. But yeah, even with Gaethje winning the second fight, which was more recent, I feel like this is a more favourable matchup for Dustin. The only reason that they actually made the Max Holloway fight was just because it was for the BMF belt. The timing also worked out for the Justin Gaethje fight as well, because Gaethje had fought Fiziev in March at UFC 313, and the fight ended up being in July at UFC 318, the Holloway versus Dustin fight. And yet Gaethje could have easily came back to fight Dustin at that time. And yeah, but Gaethje's just been a whiny bitch and just wanted a title shot instead. So yeah, I guess it's probably Gaethje's fault that didn't happen, but they had mutual respect for each other, so I guess it's alright. Yeah. Right, next one. Volkanovski versus Movsar Evloev. That should have happened instead of Volkanovski versus Diego Lopez. The second time. Because Diego Lopez had got brutally 49-46 the year before by Volkanovski. It just didn't make any sense at all. Diego Lopez had beat John Silva in the time that, in between the two Volkanovski fights. And yeah, as I've said before earlier in the video, John Silva's best win was fucking Bryce Mitchell, who's moved down to bantamweight and now is unranked. So yeah, it's not really a good win. I know Bryce Mitchell was undefeated at one point, but then he lost to Ilya, and then lost to Josh Emmett as well. So like maybe if it was a few years ago, would have been a good win. Nowadays, not so much. Like I would rather see Volk fight an inactive guy who actually deserves a title shot than the guy who got brutally 49-46 the year before. Like I know you can make an argument for Lerone Murphy getting the title shot, but his best win is fucking Josh Emmett by 48-47 decision. Storyline makes sense as well too, because Volk is old veteran, and then Evliev's a young undefeated guy who's coming up in the rankings. Like I would much rather see the inactive guy fight who actually deserves the title shot, because he fought Aljamain Sterling, who is former champion in a fairly competitive fight, and Aljamain Sterling isn't completely washed as well. Yeah, and yeah, the Volkanovski versus Diego Lopez too. You saw how that turned out. Volkanovski 50-45 to him, in my opinion. And a lot of people think it was close enough than they say, but I just feel like Volkanovski just whitewashed him in every round. I know Diego Lopez dropped in round 3, but I feel like Volkanovski was just a more active fighter. But that's like the only argument you can make for one of the rounds. So yeah, that fight just probably one of the worst match-made fights in UFC history. Because yeah, just nothing made sense about it. Because I know Gene Silver had a lot of hype on him, but he was getting clipped as well. Like he did not look that safe on the feet. If he didn't land that spinning elbow, I probably would have favored John to win the fight. Like I know John is dangerous, and he just beat Arnold Allen, but he's not proved himself against someone who is really good. His best win is Arnold Allen, who was inactive for 2 years before he fought him. So yeah, I feel like he should fight Yair Rodriguez next. And I know Yair's inactive as well, so probably doesn't really help the case that I'm making here. But yeah, I feel like it will just boost John Silver's resume a bit more and his his stock a bit more as well. Because Yair Rodriguez is a tricky fight. If he can finish him, that is a really good win. Alright. Yeah, that'll be the end of the video now. Sorry for the awkward ending. Peace out.